Happy Arvo. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. And welcome to This Week in Australia. That's right, we're all the way from up here in Indiana. I'm going down under to see what happened in Australia this week, utilizing the Australian subreddit top post this week. Okay, top story. Nationals leader David Littleproud says the Nationals will not be re-entering a coalition agreement with the Liberal Party. I'm not going to lie, if I saw this headline, I would have skimmed right past it. I would have thought nothing of it. I do not understand the implications of that. But apparently the implications are pretty dire for the Liberal Party, considering it's the top headline. I mean, I guess, given the context, without them being in the coalition, without the Nationals being in the coalition with the Liberal Party, then the Liberal Party is kind of hollowed out. They don't have enough votes to get things done. Holy F, that wasn't on my list of things I expected today. See, so apparently this was big news, guys. And you know that. You understand that. I'm the one who doesn't. Have to imagine they couldn't reach an agreement on nuclear and net zero 2050. Interesting. Alba won the election so hard he killed the coalition. Ooh. So, I mean, what, is Labor just going to be in perpetual power for the foreseeable future? The Liberal National Coalition. Okay. So they really are effectively like the other major party, right? Like this coalition, Liberal Nationals. So without the Nationals, oh boy, that's bad, huh? Sign of the Times. Days since the last once-in-a-lifetime flood. Oh no, is there a tragic flood again? I know there was one like a month ago. Oh god. I'm gonna have to react to this next week, I guess. Australia flood. Hopefully everybody's okay. Let's see, where's it at? Death toll rises to 4? Tens of thousands stranded. Jesus Christ. Jesus, I didn't even know this was happening, guys. Jesus. My heart goes out to the people affected. Holy shit. Listen, New South Wales. Oh my god, the whole town is a lake. Glenthorne. Gee, what is that? 3 feet of water? 4 feet of water? Oh my god. Whew. Not loving it. Australians enticed by premium arrivals at McDonald's. Wait, since when do you guys call it McDonald's? Record rare fall in sales. It's a little bit odd. I would have thought that McDonald's being like, a budget option would have gained sales, not fell in sales, but maybe it's because people are trying to eat healthier. Seen as too expensive for what it offers. I mean, yeah, I can see that. Especially if you don't use the app. Not sponsored, by the way. I recognize this sounds like it's sponsored, but I'm not kidding. At least here in America, if you download the app, you get some amazing deals for Maccas. Attacks on Australia's preferential voting system are ludicrous. Who's attacking the ranked voting in Australia? I think that's genius. I wish we had ranked voting here in the States. Because honestly, a lot of the times, especially in, presidential election, it rolls around and I have a dilemma because I don't want to vote for either candidate. And I don't vote for either candidate because I ask myself, would I want either of these people to be president? And my answer is no. So I would at least like to be able to rank them in order, like, okay, if one has to be president, then I'll choose them over them. That would be really nice. Andrew Lay says Australia one generation from U.S.-style inequality as Productivity Commission targets corporate tax. So how does inequality, as far as wealth inequality, in Australia compare to America? That's a pretty fascinating question. Okay, I don't know if this will work, but that is a really fascinating question to me, so I need to at least get some kind of an idea. I asked an AI, once again, not sponsored, wealth inequality in Australia compared to America. Let's see. So the top 20% richest people in Australia control 65% of the wealth. In America, the top 20% control 85. Jeez, this is sickening. I'm not going to lie. It's sickening. Let's look at the bottom. The lower middle 20% control 2 to 3%. Already kind of pitiful, I'm not going to lie, in Australia. But in America, 0 to 1. The lower middle 20. And then there's still another 20 below that. So the bottom 40%, almost half the country in America owns 0% of the wealth. What the actual hell? Even if someone works their entire life on the full-time average wage, they will not get $3 million in super. This is it says, don't be fooled. Only the richest will ever have more than $3 million in super. Okay. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, $2 million is still a lot of money. Like, I feel like that's not that bad. I could be wrong. I mean, obviously, this is AUD. This is AUD. So what is that in American USD? I mean, it's still $1.3 million. Okay. Okay, I guess. Okay. I mean, obviously, if we're talking about, like, this is not adjusted for, say you're not retiring for 30 years. Obviously, $2 million is not going to be what it used to be. In 30 years from now, $2 million might buy you a McDonald's Happy Meal. But this is saying $2 million in today's money. Well, I don't know. Is that what it's saying? It's kind of hard to, like, figure that. I don't know, but all I can say is $2 million in today's money, not terrible, but I guess some people are outraged. I don't know. Oh, for God's sake. Apparently it happened again, folks. Terrified ex-cop jailed and deported during holiday to the United States. I hate these freaking news stories, man. These are so embarrassing. It's so bad. What the hell did we do now? A former New South Wales police officer has recalled the horrific moment she was jailed and deported while visiting her husband. Ah, yes. Some woman police officer from Australia. It's a huge, concern. Security concern, guys. Make sure we lock her up. She looks terrifying. I mean, obviously you can't judge, you can't profile people. You can't arrest people, based on how they look. But I just have to say, I cannot help but say, she looks horrifying. Send her back, please. This is scary. She was detained, jailed overnight, and deported from the U.S. despite traveling there legally on a tourist visa to visit her U.S. military husband. Her military husband. Her husband's serving in the U.S. military. What does he get for his little birthday? I don't know if it's a birthday or whatever, whatever reason she's there. Hey, we sent your wife back. Thanks for your service. We put your wife in jail and sent her back. What? This is cringe and embarrassing and stupid. Impossibly unaffordable. That's how international researchers describe Australia's housing market. I mean, I guess certainly in the middle of Sydney or Perth or any major city, that's probably what they're talking about, right? That's where it's actually unattainable, I assume. I mean, I know. I'm going to do another one of those videos next week, I think, where I go around Australia looking for houses. I really enjoy that, and I need to get caught up on the prices and stuff. But of course, also, just like here in America, the prices for a house, no matter where you're at, including here in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, the prices have doubled in 5 years. Devastating the up-and-coming generations. Australia's major cities keep beating other global cities as one of the most unaffordable places in the world to buy a home. We're number one. The 25 Demographia blah 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 report released each year examines the latest study declared 4 major Australian cities, Sydney, Adelaide, Melbourne, Brisbane, impossibly unaffordable, and Perth as severely unaffordable. Hey, Perth is only severely unaffordable. That's where you got to go, folks. And the other 5 made it into the top 20 most unaffordable cities in 95 major markets. Sydney was the second most unaffordable city in the world, only behind Hong Kong. I didn't know that about Hong Kong. Okay, Hong Kong's number 1. Damn. Oh, but the RBA. What does that stand for? RBA. Come on. Not the Responsible Business Alliance, the Reserve Bank of Australia, of course. Cut rates by 1/4 percentage points. Okay, that's exciting. Yeah, that's something. Yay. Everybody run out and refinance your mortgages. Actually, I want to know how your mortgages are structured over there in Australia. I know most places do not have a 30-year fixed mortgage like we do here in America, which is a pretty phenomenal thing, if I do say so myself. I love the 30-year fixed mortgage, but most places don't have that. So I might have to react to the whole subject next week. Doesn't that sound riveting? Mortgage. Australian mortgages. I think it sounds interesting. You never know, too. Sometimes I'll react to something, and it'll get, like, much more attention than I would have thought. I would have thought it was, like, nobody cared about it except me, but it's actually interesting. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.